I am recording now, yes.
Okay. Cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually. You think about, like, there's a time when you say shit and it would just be gone, you know? It'd be in the thin air. And it doesn't have to be that way anymore.
So that is nice, I guess.
I mean, is it ultimately for the better? Maybe not.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, what if?
Do you think it would be a net gain if it was impossible to record sound?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it would be a bummer for music. Like, I think that is where we would really feel the loss the most.
Yeah, that's fair.
The only way to experience music would be to have it played live.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do that, then you might as well let people record voices long form.
I guess you could create some sort of like player piano type thing where it wouldn't be a recording, but it would, or like a music box, I guess, where it would automatically generate music without being an actual recording. You could maybe do that to avoid having to see a band.
Hey, Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah.
What about this idea? What if we just made a bunch of improvised explosive devices and sent them to like people who are in charge of like forest management, industrialization? What if we did that?
Welcome to the Big Match Minute. I'm Crystal Pepsi.
And I am Lilith.
And this is the show where we break down wrestling matches minute by minute, whichever friggin' wrestling matches we choose. Right now we happen to be doing the Firefly Funhouse match at Wrestling Mania 36. And we are on minute 20.
The penultimate minute.
The penultimate minute.
Yes. Named because it's the last one that you can write about with a pen.
It's the last one that can be referenced in a magic trick by Penn and Teller.
Because the very last one is going to be referenced by his partner, and he can't really say much.
Well, it's gonna be the first time he's gonna say something in the act.
Yeah.
You know, he talks in an interview, like, he doesn't make a big deal about it. Like, there's plenty of it. Like, he'll do it right now. He'll do an interview where he talks. He doesn't care.
So, you think we could get him on for minute 21?
Is
that what you're saying?
We'll tell him we're a libertarian wrestling podcast, and then I'm sure we'll book the interview.
So Crystal Pepsi. I had like 3 false starts to your name there.
I like to keep people on their toes, you know.
I hate it. What'd you think of this minute, like high level?
What a question. I gotta think about my whole life to get to the answer to that question, you know?
Okay. So we're just gonna go into a series of like flashbacks.
When I was 4, I had an altercation with the family cat.
What is happening? What is happening right now?
No, I felt this was a filler minute for me, if I'm being honest.
We're
in the home stretch where I don't think we meet any new ideas in this minute, and I don't think we quite get resolution. So this is just kind of a bridge minute as far as I'm concerned.
This minute is it kind of makes the case for why I was like, hey, maybe the Boneyard match wouldn't actually be that good. Because
yeah, that's fair.
I enjoyed watching it, but when I thought of like, what am I gonna talk about in this minute?
Maybe we just do like a 6-part special on the Boneyard match someday. Where we highlight 6 aspects of the Boneyard match.
Okay. Interesting.
That's a pitch, I guess, that I have.
There's something there. But
Yeah.
we're not going to dwell on it. What we are going to dwell on is approximately 20 minutes of us talking about this minute of this match. Are you ready, Crystal Pepsi?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So when the minute starts up, John Cena has realized that he's been beating on Huskus the pig.
Yeah. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
You're going to jail. He looks down at his presumably now sticky hands again because of the chocolate on his
Of course,
mouth
Huskus.
and not anything
Perpetually
else.
a chocolate-mouthed individual.
Yeah, and he's got that very like, what have I done? Look on his face. Which, I mean, come on, John, you're beating up a puppet. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get chocolate everywhere, though.
Yeah. And
You know how hard and how thoroughly they must clean the ring canvas every day.
oh yeah.
That is 90% of any wrestler's job is just keeping the canvas clean.
Sure. You know,
Me pointing down the road saying, let's go for that down that bit road, and you just saying no.
Well, I didn't know where to go.
It's fine.
I you know what? Because
What's that?
I've seen a lot of wrestling matches with a lot of dirty canvases. I'll say
That's
that.
true. That's the joke.
Well, okay. All right.
Mr. Jonathan Cena is straddling Huskus the pig post beatdown.
Yeah, and we get a little flash to a high contrast filter, which means, of course, that My Chemical Romance is here.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's not inaccurate. There is something very My Chemical Romance-y about the Fiend.
There is.
It's the pants.
Yeah, there's the pants. The gloves are also.
Yeah.
They feel like some kind of. Anyway, that one was for Amanda, who doesn't listen to this podcast.
that was both of us trying to go down the bit road, and we found we found no fruit.
No fruit on Bit Road.
I think it's true, though. I do think it's true that he has a very My Chemical Romance vibe.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think there's anything really significant we can say about that.
Neither of us have listened to a whole lot of My Chemical Romance.
They had swearing in it, so I wasn't allowed.
Stupid bitch.
It's true. That's why I didn't listen.
Look. It flashes the high contrast filter, and then rising up into frame. Who is it?
Gerard Way.
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which I think is the My Chemical Romance album.
The Black Parade. It's the Fiend.
It's the Fiend. It's the Fiend. And he looks menacing, and then he sticks out his little tongue.
Yeah, that is fun. I'm sorry I was down on the minute earlier. That is fun.
Yeah. He's a little kitty. Go blip.
Yeah. a nice fiend emblem in this.
Yeah. We love a good fiend emblem.
Yeah.
Both of them just kind of slowly get up onto their feet.
Yeah. That's correct.
It is. And the Fiend puts his hands on his head with, I'll say, the heel glove faced towards us.
Yeah.
Which I think is significant. He's healing us.
Yeah, from John Cena. We have John Cena-itis. And the Fiend is the cure.
And so John Cena turns around, and I don't know if it's the horniest act of this match, but
I don't think it's the horniest act. I feel like we've seen some pretty horny stuff so far.
Yeah. But the Fiend does shove his fingers in John Cena's mouth.
That is accurate. There's
Mm-hmm.
no there's no denying that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just review the footage. Let me get off. Yeah, it's pretty horny.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, so an interesting little. Maybe we've talked about this on this podcast before, but the mandible claw, which
Yeah,
everybody associates with Mick Foley.
correct.
Do you know who originated the move?
I feel like I have like read this trivia fact before. It was a dentist, right? It was a dentist
No,
who used his dental knowledge.
It was a doctor, but it was specifically the doctor who was suspected of murdering his wife, who The Fugitive is based on.
It was Dr. Richard Kimball.
Yes, and he went.
What the
I don't
hell?
think that's his real name, but he went to jail. His conviction was overturned, and he spent like the last 10 years of his life as a pro wrestler.
I have read this now. They should make a sequel. Harrison Ford should do a sequel to The Fugitive where he plays that version of the man. Wouldn't you watch that?
I would absolutely watch that. Oh my god. But yeah, that's who originated the mandible claw. Fun fact.
That's fucked up, frankly. That's wild.
No, right? Yeah. Fiend shoves his fingers in John Cena's mouth. John Cena goes limp at this, which, you know, that is a reaction to having someone's finger shoved in your mouth.
He goes limp in ecstasy. They call it le petit mort for a reason. The little death. John Cena has died in the Fiend's arms.
Okay. And then the Fiend puts him in the Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
And we get that creepy Fiend sound.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the creepy Fiend sound?
I like it. I was just about to say it's a good sound.
It's a good sound. And we get the callback to that line that I said I loved so much. This WrestleMania match is going to accomplish what should have happened 6 years ago, ending the existence of the most overhyped, overvalued, overprivileged WWE superstar in existence.
Yeah. I could have heard that line once.
You could have heard that line? What? Well, I'm sorry.
I'm saying I could have done with a version of this match where they only say that line once.
They only said it in the like the opening the preview stuff.
Yeah. Like they did it, you know?
So you don't like this?
It's fine.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't have the same enthusiasm you did.
It's a good callback because the line was originally about Bray Wyatt, and now its kind of meaning is being unpacked through the later
To be
part
about
of the
John
match.
Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's pretty cool.
All right, bitch. So Bray Wyatt does the Sister Abigail, and then the Fiend shoves his fingers back in John Cena's mouth. And he's making a bunch of grunting noises.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. I was too hard on it. At a certain point, there's not a way to gracefully turn around. I think you won me over though. It's pretty good.
What do you think of the Fiend's little grunting noises here?
Thumbs up to those.
You're doing like a rah rah.
It's better. Actually, maybe it would be better if he just was silent during it. Like if he just heard very realistic, like human.
Yeah.
That'd probably be creepier.
I agree.
Creepier and therefore
it might
better.
be a little bit much.
Yeah.
But
But hey, at a certain point, you just got to do it for yourself, and I imagine it's probably pretty fun to do those grunts.
and here's what I'll say about the grunts. They were, I think, less obtrusive when, for the most part, they were drowned out by crowd noise.
Yeah. It's like transitioning from silent movies to talkies. You know, everybody's acting is just a little too big.
Yeah.
Because they're used to having to overemphasize.
Yeah. Like I've noticed, like back in the Crowd era, especially when he was a babyface, Seth Rollins used to make like these like airplane noises with his mouth.
What?
When he was doing
airplane
a lot
noises?
of, he was like like that kind of stuff. Like while he was doing his entrances. I'm actually gonna have to show you this stuff at some point. I don't know.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Here, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna. This is a short episode. We're gonna.
Is it? I feel like we kind of talked about bullshit for like 20 minutes.
Whatever. It's our podcast.
I know. But hey, I'm the one who did it. It's my fault that we talked about bullshit for 20 minutes, and I don't regret it. Did you send me a link, or is it still...
No. I'm,
Okay.
Damn. Can't find it.
Can't find it. No. Get it?
Yeah, no, I got it. Anyway, okay, I'm not gonna be able to find it. But yeah, like when he was doing his interview, or when his entrance, and he'd like go through all of his poses, he'd be making these little like
That's so kind of fucking
noises,
funny.
and like you can't get away with that now.
No. But I can imagine how that would like hype you up.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And like there's no way anyone would hear it in the crowd.
Well, yeah. What I was actually looking for is at some point I used all of my little audio tricks to like kind of boost up
Isolate
the sound a little bit, so we could like definitely hear his little airplane noises.
I really want to hear that, Lily.
I will. I'll figure it out. I'll find it.
That's kind of, if you could position yourself right, you could expose that on Twitter and get like 1,000 retweets.
Well, that's the thing is I actually did. I posted it on Twitter and I tagged Seth Rollins. But it didn't get much in the way of traction.
That's interesting. That's the kind of thing I feel like would take off.
Yeah. Oh! I found it!
We're gonna cut some of this like dead air out, right?
Oh, yeah. I actually do like a good job of editing this show, just by the way.
I believe you do. I just cannot stand the sound of my own voice. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
My voice is like one of the top 5 worst things anyone could hear, I feel.
It's fair.
Wow. Okay. Said top 5 things anyone could hear. You said okay. Wow.
I don't agree.
Okay, I'm listening now.
Yeah. All right, folks. Tag team championship time. Whoa.
Oh my god.
Right?
The architect. King Slayer. Seth Rollins.
Oh my god. That was some wild shit.
He's making little airplane noises with his mouth.
Oh my god. Let me know as soon as you're unlocked so that I can retweet that.
Oh god.
Holy
Maybe
shit.
I'll just download that video and repost it on the Big Match account.
Please do. Wow.
But yeah, this is it's the same kind of thing where like this was not all that noticeable when there's like 50,000 people.
Yeah. Exactly. But when you hear it on its own, it's a little It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about this minute?
Oh, well, the last couple frames.
Oh, sure.
We just see a very excited Bray back at his Firefly Funhouse sweater.
Yeah.
Just
that's
getting his
true.
first slap of the mat. And that's nice. I didn't want to let
Yeah.
that go unnoticed because he just looks so joyful.
He does. Yeah, big ol' grin on that puss.
Big old grin on that puss. Oh,
Yep.
God.
Puss means face as well.
So it does.
I'm gonna bring that back.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's the end of it for me. Hey,
Yes.
Hey, Emily.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, Crystal Pepsi. But I mean,
Yeah.
this is like really secret. I've been looking for a new person to buy marijuana from.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering, do you know any plugs?
Is that a thing?
That is a thing.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
I'm
who's
sorry.
your plug?
I've never heard that before in my
Oh,
life.
okay. Well, no wonder it took us 20 episodes to get to that joke.
Anyway, plugs. You can follow me on Twitter at verycoolemily. You can follow me on Twitch. Just go to dietcoke.cool. I haven't been streaming there for a while because of technical issues, but I'm very knock on wood, I'm very close to solving those, and hopefully we'll begin streaming a lot more soon. Also, you can say puss to mean face. A lot of people think it's a southern thing. It was just like a general thing a long time ago. In the South, it's kind of the only place where it lives on. But puss is a totally normal thing to call a face. You should do it. Everybody should do it. And those are my plugs.
Go to ghostpuncher.net. It's cool. It's sexy. You'll find a lot of cool stuff there.
That is true. It's a very sexy site.
Including a podcast called Ghost Puncher Core, a webcomic, and a bunch of really slick merch. Cool t-shirts. Yeah. Should we make t-shirts?
We could. It'll be like what it'll be. What it'll look like.
See, I don't have any good ideas for big match t-shirts.
It'll be like friggin' so it'll be like a picture of someone doing a tombstone pile driver, and like the Undertaker's face is in somebody's crotch, and he says, smells good. And that's the t-shirt. and it says Big Match Minute at the bottom.
Wow. That sucks.
Yes, but if anyone ever goes out wearing that, every single person who sees it is gonna be like, I gotta know what the fuck Big Match Minute is.
Oh God! If you wanted to, hey, Diet Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah.
If you wanted to,
please, Diet Crystal Pepsi is my mother. I'm Crystal Pepsi.
If you wanted to end this godforsaken podcast, how would you? Do we have some kind of established way of doing that?
We do not.